Okay, while in Florida over vacation, we went to where's my cutting board? Well, we didn't go to where's my cutting board, but where we did go was Disney World, and we went to Oga's Cantina in Hollywood Studios, which is where like Smuggler's Run and the other major Star Wars ride is. Rise of the Resistance, I think. So we went there, but before going on those rides, we went to Oga's Cantina and had the thruster roasted bantha flatbreads, which I will probably also be doing a copycat recipe of it. But we also had the, what did they call it? Umbaran Cheese Rolls, which were good. Actually, everything we ate there, the flatbread, the cheese rolls, and the little dried vegetable mix with a sauce that you dip it in. I think it looks like an aioli. They were all good. The vegetable mix I'd had before. You kind of get it in a bag, and I won't be duplicating that one. But this is a copycat video for the Umbaran cheese roll. I remember having it and then looking up what it was and realized, oh, I could do this at home. So we're going to try. Never made this before. So the pretzel rolls I got at Lidl. These are either 89 cents or 99 cents a piece. And we're just cross-cutting these. Cross-cut this way. Almost don't cut all the way through. What you want is something that's going to open up but still hold together. So the rolls are pretty reasonable. I don't know if they're available everywhere. We live in the northern suburbs of DC, so we're kind of spoilt for choice as far as grocery stores go. We've got Wegmans and Whole Foods and Lidl and Aldi and then all the regular ones. So they're all kind of forced to up their game and make sure they have everything because there is so much competition. So these ones came from Lidl and they're about $1 a piece. I've seen them in Walmart too. This is Price's pimento cheese spread with peppers made from real cheddar. This, especially if you're in the South, you can get this everywhere. I don't even know where we got this. Did we get this at Giant? I will have to look this up. Not sure where Price's pimento cheese spread comes from. Some people say like, oh, this is the best and that's the best, or like my grandma's is the best. I've actually made it myself. It's like mayonnaise, shredded cheddar cheese, and some of those pimento red pepper strips you get in a little glass jar. You just stir it all up and like let it sit overnight. It's not hard to make at all. So, pretzel buns, pimento cheese, honey mustard, Kraft is the standard, but I'm not picky about brands, so I just got like the Walmart brand. I think this is still unopened. Nope. Yep, it's fine. Okay. So I also get these because we use our toaster oven a lot, and these are pre-portioned basically. Food service places use them a lot. It is slightly more expensive than buying foil in a, what do they call that? Roll? Spool? Dispenser? But for me, just the convenience is worth it. All right, so like I said, I've never done this before, so we're going to find out how hard it is. Hopefully not very. I think I'm just going to start by putting on the foil. That way anything that spills can stay there. I do remember seeing at the restaurant that they looked kind of like overstuffed, which makes me assume they probably put plenty of pimento cheese in there. These are actually pretty reasonable at Oga's Cantina. My kids split one between them. It was more of like a snack meal, halfway between breakfast and lunch than anything else. I did have a taste. If I recall correctly, I think it was either $12 or $13 for one of these things. And they gave you plenty. So, if you don't go to Disney very much, that might seem like, wow, $13 for a cheese roll? For theme park food, that's not bad. So this is what ideally I think we're going to be looking at. By the way, the oven's been preheating. It's on 350. And these basically just need to warm up. So that's the first one. And let me do another one just to make sure I've got the correct technique. This is about as simple as I was hoping that it would be. So just open it halfway, stuff that in there. That's kind of what you're looking at. And then grab another. I think 1 tub of pimento cheese is probably going to end up being enough for at least 4 of these. Maybe more like 6. And I would expect one of these cheese rolls with the sauce is going to be enough for like an average person's entire meal. Because pretzel rolls, in my experience, pretty filling. All right. And I'm just putting them in my old Corningware. All right. I'm going to fix the last 2 and then we'll come back after I shove them in the oven. Okay, well, it was enough for 4 rolls. There's probably enough for like a half sandwich, but not enough for another Umbaran Cheese Roll, aka pretzel roll with pimento cheese. So let's see how much was in this package. This is a 12-ounce package, and I'll find the price for this and paste it on the screen now. Anyway, these are going in the oven. And I think 15 minutes is probably going to be about right. And we'll come back. Not a whole lot of cleanup, which is another beauty. If this comes out well, it might go on the rotation. Let's see. Need sauce. We'll need some sauce dishes. And this can probably go back in the fridge too. Anyway, that's about it. We'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, so we're going to pull them out and see how they are. I looked up the price of the pimento cheese. At Walmart, it's only $4.50. So pretzel buns everywhere in our area seem to be about $4-ish. So 4, 4.5. So we're up to $9.50. This is 2. So no, 4, 4.5, $8.50. So for $10.50, you can make 4 servings, which is not bad at all. All right, so at the definitely better than $12, which is what Disney wants for one of these. So they serve it with honey mustard dressing. They show on the menu that it's something like a savory mustard with a tang, but then they have the comments from the employees. They're like, yeah, it's just honey mustard. So there's our sauce dish. And let's see how these look. I wonder if I used too much cheese. Ooh, yeah, those. So the only difference that I can see is that I think I used a little more cheese than they do. And at the restaurant, they put like some spice on, but I couldn't really detect what spice it was. So I think it was probably just something like paprika. So theirs is slightly prettier. Mine's a lot cheaper. You guys know me. I'm cheap. All right, so this is going to be mine to taste on camera. I'll serve everybody else so we can get their opinion on these as well. They're nice and warm. All right. So let's see, what's $10.50 divided by 4? I would consider this like a pretty hearty meal for 4. Obviously, it's not going to win any prizes for nutrition. It's just carbs and cheese. But assuming that you eat vegetables at some other time in your life, or maybe even that day, you'll probably be fine. So I think each one works out to be something like $2.60, which is not bad for a Saturday dinner. And it's quick and minimal cleanup. So if you're looking for one of those, like getting home late, you already have all the stuff, you don't feel like creating a huge mess, but people need to eat. This might be a contender for that. All right. I'm a weirdo and stock little sauce dishes simply because I find them fun and convenient. All right, so we're going to cut this camera off and then come back after I've given everyone their food and ask them for their opinion. Okay, my turn. I think I might use a fork, although as I recall, I'm not sure if we had forks at the restaurant. I think they were like available. I'm not sure any of us used any. Oh wow, yeah, so that's what it looks like. And then as you open it, so maybe you don't even need a fork. I don't know. Not even sure I'm going to be able to finish all this. One of my kids said, "Can I get one with less cheese?" So I think I may have overdid it on the cheese a little bit. All right. That I think is going to be for later. All right, so I'm going to try it plain first. Yeah, I do need a fork. Tastes like pimento cheese on a pretzel roll. It is a little different than the one I tasted at Oga's Cantina. I think it had less cheese, and I think it was crispier. Now I'm going to try it with the honey mustard. But I think it is helpful to like have the fork there. It is it's definitely messier than the one I had at Oga's Cantina. And I don't think I had the dip in Oga's Cantina. The dip is the sleeper here. Yeah. Part of me was going kind of like honey mustard dip. Yeah, that's really adventurous. And I initially thought, well, maybe they did that because it's honey mustard is kind of a popular flavor for dippable foods in general, especially with certain fan populations. But I think they actually nailed it. It actually suits the cheese and the pretzel. Actually, I think that's it. I think it suits the pretzel very well. Luftstone, yes. It's not a 5 out of 5, but then again, the ones from Oga Cantina were also not a 5 out of 5. I would give this a solid 4 out of 5. I'm not gonna lie, I would make this again. Part of the reason why is it's really easy. Start to finish, I think the whole thing took me about 20 minutes. And there's no cleanup. I have to put away the pimento cheese and dressing. Put some plates in the dishwasher, but that's it. Even this is not dirty because they were wrapped in foil. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the whole thing. At least not in one sitting. So if you're a smaller eater, one roll split between two people, maybe with some salad for the rest of the dressing, or some, rock air sticks would go really well with this. Might be a better plan. If you're going to serve the whole roll per person, it's a lot. It is actually pretty filling. But that's about it. I'll tack a picture of what the Oga's Cantina one looked like in the beginning, and possibly at the end. But I feel like this is a pretty successful copycat recipe that, teenagers could do this. I actually know some pre-teenagers that could do this. So yeah, I would recommend it. And it's a relatively frugal meal too. All right. Have a fantastic day, and like, comment, subscribe if you want. But anyway, have a fantastic day.